All right, guys. So here is a 2001 Honda Insight, 48,000 miles on the car. And it was at some point converted to an EV using a GM EV1 motor. I was asked by several of the guys on the Insight group on Facebook to document this process. I'm not a videographer, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm not an influencer, so excuse any poor production quality here. I'm just an Insight enthusiast. I work with lithium batteries. I've got a DIY solar install, and got some stuff going with that, and I thought this would be a fun project. So this car is actually the one from Transport Evolved down in Portland. They had this car for a couple of years and never could find the time to do it justice. So I had offered them any Insight parts they needed or anything else to get the car on the road, and they contacted me last week and said, hey, we can't work on this thing. If you want it, come and get it. So I drove on down to Portland, picked it up, and brought it back yesterday. So here is the GM motor. It's an EV1 motor. And it's got a prototype controller in it that has seen better days. Notice a number of bodged connections there. It's obviously a prototype, not weatherproof in any way. It's got a box down there for some lead acid batteries. There's another area down here, which was the spare tire well. That's got a plate with spots for more lead acid batteries. We have a mystery box down in there, some wiring. The gas tank and pretty much everything has all been removed. This was converted to EV, from what I can tell, quite a few years ago. It was last registered in 2013. And I don't know how long before that it was made into an electric car. If you know anything about this car, please reach out to me. I'll keep your information confidential, but I'm trying to get some history on this vehicle, and get some information about the controller, get any information I can about this motor. Figure out what's happened to this thing. When it was converted, how long it was on the road, any information about the range, or other technical details about it, please let me know. But right now, it's been sitting for a number of years. It's a pretty good condition for an Insight. I mean, I've seen a lot worse, but it's very dirty. The whole interior reeks of mouse. So it's going to have to be completely stripped down and power washed and put back together. But that's the least of my problems. So the eventual plan is to put lithium in this. I'm hoping to buy a full EV pack and figure out where I can put the modules. I've got my eye on a Kona EV pack, but I need to do some CAD drawings and see, what fits where and what the best way it would be to convert this, because I'm not going with lead acid. It's got air suspension for the lead acid back here. The original suspension is right back in there. I guess it wouldn't do too good with thousand pounds of lead back here. So I'm going to clean up the controller PCB and see if, by any chance that might work. I don't have high expectations of it because it looks bad. But I've been surprised before with water damage and corrosion. I mean, if you get to it, deep clean it, probably toss it in a ultrasonic cleaner and take care of the corrosion, and then resolder any of the connections and all that, I might be able to get it back. So just because of the the history of this, being a prototype controller, and I believe it's a pretty old conversion. I'd like to get it running as it sits, just with a lithium upgrade. But yeah, so that's the car. Well, thanks guys. Hope I didn't talk your ear off. Subscribe to this channel if you want some more information on it, and I'll update this whenever I can.